everyone. Welcome to 8 Ounces of Inspiration. Today, I have somebody very special with us, Mr. Bishnu Dhanuka, who joins us from Kolkata. He has been working in the space of women empowerment through financial literacy for the last 30 years. And they have, through their organization, Millennium Mams, transformed the lives of thousands and thousands of women across India, and with a simple objective that women must have an inkling and an insight into their own finances, their family finances, how to manage them, how to invest it, and also how to be prudent about it so that they can make more wiser decisions. And this is done through a 1 year program that he calls, where anybody can join at a very small fee, but which gives them access to how to read balance sheets, how to read a Financial Times or Economic Times, how to make sense of it. Even though you may not have an MBA, you may not have any education in financial background or a BCom, but you can understand it by teaching you the very simple ways of understanding and how to understand whether a company is healthy, what are the parameters to see, and all of that. So he's impacted so many lives of young women, young girls, older women, women who may be in their late 60s, 70s, everyone who's curious to learn, I want to do something to create wealth. And how do I do it? So, welcome, sir. Thank you so much for being on our show. Thank you.
Thank
And
you.
I'm really excited because I'm also this time a member of the club, because I was just curious. I had heard so much about it that I said, even though I'm an MBA in finance, that I want to join it because I'm just inspired with the work you're doing. And that's my support to the cause. So, my first question to you, right? What got you to even come up with this concept or come up with this organization or this vision to empower women and, provide financial literacy? How did it start 30 years ago?
We started this organization 30 years back in Kolkata, and at that time, even the women who are well educated, they were not allowed to do any work. So they were typical housewives doing nothing. So I thought that if I can offer some flexible course which gives them satisfaction, and if they want to earn money. So I discovered this. Initially, the name of the organization was Capital Market Classes, because when you have to invest, you have to know everything across the sky. So that's how the whole thing got started.
And then what made you change the names over time?
Uh, when we have a new millennium approaching us, so one of my students, we were brainstorming. The capital market classes are not the name. It was just carry on with that name. So the new millennium, when it started, then give we gave this organization the name of Millennium Mams.
I think it's such a catchy name, and it's just the name itself inspires you. And you're intrigued. What is it about? Millennium Man. So I think that
Yes,
that was a good move, because I think sometimes hearing capital markets can make somebody feel scared and
I
not
agree.
join it. But this makes people like want to join and serve the purpose that you started with. Now, my next question to you is, because you've been in this area, in this space, and you have met so many women through your organization, through the classes, just share with us, like, in India, it's still the women don't have a reign, or they don't have even a contribution or an insight into their family finances. Men that sometimes don't share anything. Uh, One, why do you, and how would we put it, that why is it important for every family to include the women of their family into financial know-hows and decision?
First of all, I always mention that women are better investors than men. Uh, that is one. Number two, in case of any mishap, etc., women, they suffer a lot. I have seen so many women suffering because of the financial illiteracy. That is second. And what they will do, the whole idea is let the men work in the field, in the system, and let women, they look after the wealth of the family, and if they are also earning member, then they should look after their finances. Otherwise, they don't know anything. I'm sorry to say, many women, they don't know how to open a bank account. So that is not acceptable in this 21st century. No?
Absolutely, absolutely. And my next question is that why is, like you said, that mishaps can happen and this, but for women to be financially literate and to manage finances, grow wealth, because you talk a lot about wealth creation, that it's not just about earning, it's about building your wealth, maintaining it, growing it. Why is it so important for women to learn how to grow wealth and also to teach that to their younger generation?
No, that's what Mahatma Gandhi said sometime, that when you teach a woman, you teach the family. So it is already happening because
Yes.
all my student children, they also have a curiosity that today, what you have learned from your teacher. So that is happening automatically, and that is called in Hindi sanskar.
Yes.
We are giving a sanskar to the woman, which will be passed to the generation after generation.
So, through your teaching journey, I'm sure you've come across lots of women whose lives have got transformed, like magic, because they were going through a certain tough time in life and then they attended this and now they know how to manage their finances. Share with us one incident where you feel, and I'm sure women come back to you and say, thank you so much. And I really like. So, share with us one incident which you remember very preciously about a life changing event for a woman after she attended the course.
So many instances, so many. Just now I remembered that one of the students, she lost her husband, and the in-laws, etc., uh, they were trying to cheat her. They were trying to cheat her, but she had she had the basic knowledge of finance. She did not sign on the papers related to the fixed deposit of her husband, which was in a joint name. So, because of that, she could save herself and her children also from a disaster. Because ultimately, whatever said and done, uh, finance is very, very important. And unless you are not financially well off, you are not independent.
Yes.
You are not independent. You lose your independence. No? So, apart from that, there are so many instances, so many, that they have created wealth. Uh, they are known in Calcutta uh, that they are the best. One of the students, she is the most successful woman investor in Kolkata.
Wow.
So that gives, yes, that gives number one, rather. So that gives me a big pleasure, no?
That is so amazing, sir. I'm sure it's so fulfilling and joyful for you when you hear these stories. Now, I want to ask you something. So the program is split into a couple of parts, right? You have Invest in Yourself, then you have the Buffett Club. So, what is the essence of the first part? What do women learn?
First of all, I always wanted that before a woman starts investing, they should know the game. And it's a difficult game, but easy to understand. So our 4 month course, Invest in Yourself, there we first start with how to read financial paper, that is Economic Times.
Mm.
So I just clarify all the technical words through glossary, etc. And then we move to uh, how to read balance sheet, profit loss account, as far as investment is concerned. Not that the detailed study of
Mm.
financials. Then we ask them to give presentation on some sector or on some company. We ask them to understand all the ratios, etc. So I think within 4 months, they are trained even to start investment. And then it is supplemented by the Buffett mantra, that is for 3 months. That happens sometime in October, November. That completes the journey. And in between, we have got Zoom classes, we invite speakers. There's so many activities, Nidhi, is going on. So many activities. Daily, they are not daily, but thrice a month, five times in a month.
I see that.
They are very busy. Apart from that, they have to meet within a smaller group. That's what we fix up. So once in a week, they have to meet in the group. So I think within 1 year, the real transformation happens.
They become smart investors. And I know that you also take your groups to AGMs. So that they can understand how it works, they can feel the energy, they feel a part of. That's a very good, actual learning.
Actually, I was so much disappointed when I used to visit the AGMs in Mumbai particularly. Not a single shareholder is serious one. Not a single one. They are holding shares of worth of crores and crores of rupees. They don't know how to and what to ask questions in the AGM. That's how we developed from last 15 years this portion that few of them, they have to attend the AGM, and I'm so happy that chairmen across the board, they are mesmerized. They are mesmerized by the quality of questions asked by our students.
That's so amazing. So amazing. So now share with us, so I know that it started from Kolkata, and I do know you have a chapter in Bangalore where people can meet physically. You have a chapter in Mumbai, and then online you facilitate that anybody from any city can join, and they join. So now, how many cities roughly do you think women come from?
So, I don't remember, but maybe 20 cities: Indore, Bhopal, then Odisha, then Bengal, then Ahmedabad, then Delhi, then Dubai, then London. So many cities. Thanks to technology, I believe that within 3 years, we will really become global.
Yes, absolutely, sir. I mean, I think the concept that you've come up and the organization, the way it's moving, and you have so many women who are enrolled into the success of the organization, that it's, and every woman around the world, I feel, needs a lot of knowledge on financial investments to read. Because even if you're business savvy and running business, because I work in that space of helping women start their business, I realize one of the biggest challenges or even fear factors for them is managing finance, and even accounting is hard for them. So I think when it can be taught in such a simplified way with a group of other women who are all like them, then it just gives them a lot of power, that, these things. And coming to my next question, you've had some amazing speakers come into Millennium Mams. I, attended the last one from Bihar School of Yoga. I attended one as a guest from Hector Garcia was there during COVID time. How do you get hold of such amazing people to come? Because sometimes access to them is so limited.
Actually, Nidhi, first of all, this is a non-profit organization. Whatever small amount we take, more than that we spend on the students only. That is one. So all the speakers across the board, they are amazed that something like this is happening in India. Because say ultimately, when a woman starts talking about finance, politics, economy, etc., they are mesmerized. They are mesmerized. So looking at our website, Instagram, etc., they agree to come, and we have covered so many, maybe more than 100 during COVID, after COVID, and that is continuing. And we have also invited speakers from abroad, so many authors and like Mark Mobius, so many people, uh, they came to our forum because they understand that, first of all, there is no money involved.
Mm,
So the intention of the promoter like me is not to make money. That is the starting point.
mm.
And the way they are asked questions by our students, they can't believe
Yes.
it. They can't.
Absolutely. And I think the crowd that comes in, thousands and thousands of women are logged in and for me, when I, attended the first one, I was actually blown away. I was like, wow, look at this power, of women at least having the curiosity to leave everything that they're doing to attend this because it's important to them. And you've
Yes.
created that, and that's phenomenal. So are any of your children also involved in this?
Youngsters, for youngsters, we have got another course that is called Millennium Youth.
Okay,
That is summer camp for uh, 5 weeks.
okay.
5 weeks. We continued during COVID, but I think hopefully we'll start from the next year. That is also a game changer. I must have trained 5,000, youngsters. Class 12, the person who passed class 12. Because they need to be trained about the finance, communication skill, debate. So that course is consisting of so many things. And all my Millennium Youth students, they love me so much because they gain they gained a lot.
Yeah, because sir, what I've realized is, especially in Indian households, we don't talk finances with our children. Good or bad, even if it's like a tough situation, people want to shield their children from it for whatever reason. And if there's a great, when you're doing well in business, they won't discuss it, at home. And I feel somewhere, because I've lived across, in different countries, that if we don't talk to our children, they will never understand how wealth is created, what tough times are, what the hardships are, how do you get out of it. We don't talk about debt. We don't talk about why it's important to stay away from debt. Now, if you see India, like it was there in the West, but now everyone thinks everything is accessible to them because they can swipe their credit card and live on debt. So they cannot create wealth because they're spending more than they're earning from day one. So अगर आप उन youth को, when you train these youth, you're training them at the right time कि when they come out of their college and they make their first salary, they know how to start building wealth from day one. I think that is so wonderful and powerful. And when you restart it, I would like to enroll my both children into the program because I think this is the best gift we can give to our children, to teach them how to build wealth, not just earn money.
Generally, what I found, Nidhi, even a boy or an adult earning 1 crore ka salary, yearly salary, they could not create wealth because they are not trained that way, na? As you
Yeah,
said correctly, ki earn, spend, take EMI, full stop. So then, how can you become secure? Number one,
yes,
and how can you enjoy the flavor of money, na?
yes,
How can you enjoy the flavor of money?
yeah. That financial freedom is never there, even when you're 60, 70. You're still,
Exactly. Yes, yes.
Somewhere I was reading that this generation is like a hand to mouth generation because no matter what they earn, they spend everything, whether it's 1 crore, 2 crore, so it's always less for them. They find a way to spend it. So I think they need more of this because our schools don't teach it. Yes.
You're
So,
right.
uh, so just a ballpark, in 30 years, how many women do you think you've kind of, you know, uh, transformed or moved to financial literacy through Millennial Mams?
No, I'm very proud to say that all my students, maybe more than 10,000, they are reasonably financial literate.
Yes.
They are handling their own finances. They are good investors, or some became the business women also.
Yes.
Because there is a little difference between Nidhi, uh, uh, running your own business or investing. They are all
Yeah.
same. They are all same. So ultimately, this gives me so much of pleasure, and it has a multiplier effect. Because say, when one woman is trained, family is trained, that is a different issue. But all her friends, relatives, they also are motivated that let me do something. It is not possible for me to take everyone in the class, but it has become a movement, a
Yes,
movement.
absolutely.
Ah,
And I think it's catching the world by fire. So we are very grateful to you to start this amazing. I think, you know, when you started 30 years ago, it must have been an alien concept to anybody. कि पहले तो
yes,
women को क्या financial literacy, and two for free. Like what's wrong, right? But I think you have like changed the face of India by empowering this women. So we are very grateful to you. And now I just want to ask you some very personal questions. So it's like a rapid fire round, just to get to know you more personally. So I'll ask questions, you just answer. What's your favorite color?
yellow.
Yellow. Yeah, you're
I'm,
wearing yellow.
I'm wearing that shirt.
What's your favorite city to visit?
No, no, actually, I have visited countries. I'm traveling a lot. Huh. So still, I love my city, Calcutta.
Okay. So you live in Calcutta. Okay. What is the one thing that you want to see in this world in your lifetime?
I really want real sense women empowerment. Huh. Even if they are not financially literate 100%, but they are empowered. They know their strength. They know their strength. So that will change the whole concept of the country.
Yes, thank you so much. I think that is so powerful. And one last question. One book that you will recommend every woman to read, which can help her get to the next level of understanding her own power to invest and to be, you know, more aware of creating wealth. Which book would you recommend?
My all-time favorite book is Rich Dad, Poor Dad. The author name is Robert Kiyosaki. So
Okay.
if you read that book two, three, four times, you will automatically become financial literate. It's a
Wow.
really, really Krantikari book.
Oh, wow. So I should pick that. I haven't yet read it. So I'll definitely pick that up and read it.
Yes, yes.
Yes. Wonderful. So thank you so much for your time. Thank you for sharing all about your vision, about how your work is transforming the landscape of women empowerment in India. And thank you for doing what you do. Really, really grateful to you, sir.
My pleasure. My pleasure. Thank you, Lizzie. Thank you.
Thank you.